My name is Marissa Guidry. I'm a building manager at the Davis Center, and I'm a senior at UVM.
Hi, I'm Jacob Whitaker. I'm a building manager and I am a senior.
Hello, my name is Zakaria. I use she, her pronouns. I'm currently a building manager on the Davis Center team. I'm also a junior, third year at UVM.
Hi, my name is Bridget. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a junior at UVM and I'm a building manager at the Davis Center.
I would describe my job as kind of like being the building generalist, making sure that whenever like a team or someone in the building needs help, you're able to answer their questions and be there for them. So just overall like a go-to person in the building.
We take care of the building as a whole, so we're in charge of services and events, checking in with clients, but we're also in charge of making sure the building is running smoothly and everybody inside the building is safe and it's running as it should. So we're kind of the umbrella of the UAS operations.
My favorite part of the job is everyone that I get to work with. Everyone who works at the Davis Center is super friendly. It's a great way to meet new people and make friends. And we all work together to make sure that the Davis Center runs as smoothly as possible.
So the events that take place in the Davis Center are some of the coolest events, and we put so much time and energy into it, as well as making sure our clients are enjoying themselves, as well as like having a stress-free event, because planning events are really stressful, and so we try to take some of that off of the client's shoulders. And then also just like seeing so many students and families and people come through the building all the time is really great to see, because you meet a lot of new people.
A typical shift starts with a trade-off with the previous building manager. You go over what happened during their shift and what you might expect to happen during your shift. You look at events that are happening over the course of your shift, and then you prepare for those events, knowing where you're going to have to be at certain times in the building.
You know, we sit in the office for a bit, we go walk around the building, make sure everybody's being safe, make sure everything looks right and nice so that people can enjoy the building.
So in a typical day on shift, like when I open the building, you start off by like making sure all the doors are open and working, you turn all the lights on, you open all the rooms, and then you can look at the schedule and see what events are happening through the day. And you also do rounds of the building just to make sure everything's running smoothly. And you check in with everyone else on the other teams, so you get to interact with everyone else on all the other student teams. And you also check in with pro staff and see if there's anything going on and just kind of help out wherever you can.
Look out for messes, make sure that the people who clean the building know where the messes are. If there are any safety hazards, we report them and make sure that they get dealt with.
If it's raining and the floor is really wet or soggy, we make sure to put out wet floor signs and get custodial to like mop it up and things like that.
We also make sure that fire exits are clear so that people in the building are safe, which is a huge piece of taking care of the building, making sure that visitors are also safe.
Well, we talk to the clients, make sure that they're happy with all the stuff we're doing, and make sure that if the clients need something, either us or the team that's responsible for it kind of gets on top of it.
One of the important things that building managers do to support events is we check in with the clients as soon as they get here. So we like make sure that the room's set up in the way that they want and the tech's set up in the way that works for them for their event, and then we just kind of keep an eye on the events as they're going on to make sure they run smoothly.
I think the first thing that comes to mind is the farmers market. During the winters, we have farmers markets in the building. It's coming together of tech and production and building managers to make sure that everything is safe in terms of fire hazards, to make sure that everyone has the correct electrical equipment that they need and that everything is set up. And it's a pretty big, exciting event.
A lot of people don't know this, but we are the lost and found for campus. And so when there's a lost and found item that has sensitive information or things like that, we'll work with the information desk to make sure that we lock it up in the safe and it's secure.
Outside of the student staff, you really get to interact with everyone that works at the Davis Center, especially because you have basically the same shifts every week. So you get to meet all the people that work here at the same time as you, like the people at the bookstore, the people at Cat Paws, the people at Henderson's, and it's a really great way to build relationships with people outside of just the student body.
Well, you know, the people in Henderson's, they start to recognize you after a while, so it's cool to get to know those people, as well as people like the custodial staff. It's really nice to see a familiar face even when I'm not working.